Dub Nation, take a deep breath with me, because the two pieces of news you brought today carry a weight only those who truly live this team can understand. On one side, the Warriors are trying to recover after 2 straight losses, coming home bruised, but with Steph Curry ready to take the wheel again as if that ankle had never rolled. On the other side, a bomb on the trade market. Anthony Davis might be within reach, but possibly at the cost of Jimmy Butler. It's the kind of rumor that shakes the heart of the entire Warriors nation, divides opinions, sparks debates, and reminds us that the window is small but still open. It's tension, hope, and that familiar knot in the stomach felt by anyone who's followed this team from Oakland to San Francisco, carrying the golden legacy across their chest. Today, Dub Nation sits between the excitement of Curry's return and the possibility of a move that could change everything again. So go ahead and drop a like to show that Dub Nation feels every second of this blue and gold storyline. Because here, it's fans talking fans, and fans don't run from drama. So let's dive in, Dub Nation. News 1. First, we breathe and face the moment head on. Golden State arrives wounded after 2 straight losses, parked in the 8th seed in the West with a 9-8 record. It's that stretch of the season where everything feels heavy. The offense becomes inconsistent. The defense loses rhythm, and without their stars, the team feels every crack. In the loss to the Heat, this was laid bare. Absence after absence, and none hurt more than Steph Curry's. Without him, the team loses not just points, but identity. And to make things worse, the ghost of that twisted ankle against the Magic kept everyone in a cruel suspense. And what came next, no one expected. Then the storyline flips, and flips beautifully. Curry appears off the injury report, fully cleared, and that changes everything. The 37-year-old guard, 17 seasons deep with no signs of slowing down, keeps shredding defenses with nearly 28 points per game, over 4 threes a night, and that spark that still drives his franchise as if it were day one. He's the guy who pushes a team to believe that the NBA Finals are never out of reach. And with Draymond anchoring the defense and Jimmy Butler now as a secondary scoring option, the picture is clear. With Steph healthy, any season can turn epic. The question hanging in the air for Dub Nation is simple. Do you think he can still carry this team to another big moment? Behind the scenes, the feeling is pure relief. Fans, front office, players, everyone knows Curry is the gravitational center of this team. His absence created an emotional and technical void no adjustment from Steve Kerr can truly patch. Seeing his name off the injury list is like hearing a quiet, everything's going to be okay after a rough week. The fan base reacted with a mix of calm and anxiety. Calm because the leader is back, anxiety because now the team has no excuses. And when we look deeper, this news reveals a lot about the Warriors' current moment. It's a phase of transition, of trying to keep a legacy alive while the clock ticks louder every year. And Curry, being Curry, is still the bridge holding everything upright. This quick recovery shows that he's not just fighting time, he's challenging it. Just like so many other moments when Golden State looked shaky and he came to save everything with an impossible shot, an unreal stretch, a quiet act of leadership. It's the heart of the Dubs beating even stronger. News 2. So hold on tight, Warriors Nation, because now we're entering that part of the season where basketball mixes with cold calculation, courage, and a bit of madness. The kind of move that can redefine the team's future. The state of the team explains why this kind of conversation exists. The Warriors are squeezed between the urgency of maximizing Curry's final elite years and the need to find a piece that solves old problems. Rim protection, physical presence, defensive impact in the paint. For over a decade, that has been the team's Achilles heel. That's why they went after DeAndre Jordan back then. That's why they gambled everything on James Wiseman. That's why now, when Anthony Davis's name hits the market, the entire organization turns its head. The weight of the moment is enormous, because this window might not open again. And what came after, no one expected. The proposal placed on the table by Zach Buckley is one of those that shakes the soul of Dub Nation, involving Jimmy Butler in a 3-team trade to bring Anthony Davis to San Francisco, Butler to the Kings, DeRozan, Monk, and Pixon Mavericks, and Davis wearing blue and gold. Financially, it works down to the last cent. On the court, it shakes every pillar. And emotionally, it's an earthquake. On one side, you give up a competitive, intense, experienced veteran. On the other, you get one of the greatest rim protectors of the modern NBA, one of the few players capable of changing a playoff series on his own. The question echoes, is it worth trading stability for explosive potential? Behind the scenes and in the natural reaction of the fan base, the mix is clear: fascination and fear. Because a healthy Davis next to Draymond would be a wall, a terrifying defense, a turbocharged version of the DNA that made this team a 4-time champion. Offensively, he'd be something the Warriors haven't had since 2017. A real vertical presence, strong, explosive, a finisher who turns pick and rolls into nightmares. But every Dubs fan knows exactly what the issue is: health. Davis's injury history never lets the conversation be simple. Fans look and think, it's the kind of trade that defines an era, but can we trust it? And that says so much about this moment. The Warriors are right on the edge between dreaming big and risking everything. And when we go deeper, the contrast becomes even sharper. The Warriors' culture has always been about movement, reading the game, lightness, collective intelligence. Davis would bring impact, weight, force, a contrast that might be revolutionary or simply not fit. But there's also that uncomfortable reminder: time is passing. Butler is 36, Davis is 32, Curry is 37. This is the moment to decide whether the team will make one last push for glory or accept the beginning of decline. And that's when Dub Nation's emotion hits hardest. Because being a fan of these guys has always been about defying the odds. Nothing ever came easy. Nothing was ever guaranteed. This rumor, risky as it is, reignites that old flame, that maybe, just maybe, there's still one last great run left. So let's close this together, Dub Nation. These two stories, side by side, tell exactly what it means to be a Golden State Warriors fan today. On one hand, the deep breath of seeing Steph Curry return healthy, ready to carry this team once again as he has for 17 seasons. On the other, the knot in the stomach of imagining a trade that could change everything, either opening a new path to the top or speeding up the end of an era that marked generations. It's the perfect mix of what defines this franchise: hope and tension, legacy and urgency. The Warriors are living one of those rare moments in history where every detail matters, every game weighs heavy, and every rumor feels like fate knocking. And Dub Nation feels all of it, because this team taught us that the impossible is just another challenge, and that the line between chaos and glory has always lived in the same place: the golden heart behind his jersey. Whether it's Curry leading one more time or the team facing risky decisions like potential move for Anthony Davis, the truth is simple: this team never leaves us indifferent. It hurts us, surprises us, drives us crazy, inspires us. And that's why we stay. Because being a Warrior is believing in the impossible even when everyone else doubts. And because, in the end, this group has already proven more than once that the end can be just a beginning. Drop your thoughts in the comments, Dub Nation, and leave a like to show that this blue and gold flame is still burning strong.